While the world prepares for conflict, these two powerful men on earth were busy folding dumplings, flipping pancakes, and possibly rewriting the global order behind the closed doors. Putin and Xi Jinping. So this wasn't a diplomacy, this was strategic disguised as a friendship. And today the world is asking one terrifying question. What exactly were Putin and Xi Jinping were planning over the vodka and dough? What looked like a harmless cultural exchange between Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Chinese President Xi Jinping has exploded into one of the most controversial political moment of the years. Now, the internet is calling it a BFF. Diplomacy critics are calling it as a warning sign for the West, totally in a danger position. In stunning visual now going viral worldwide, these two leaders were seen laughing, cooking pancakes, making even dumplings, and sharing vodka in an unusual, relaxed setting. But analysts say this was far more than a cooking session. This was something very interesting. Some believe this was a calculated message to the United States and even the NATO. We are united. We are comfortable. We are not afraid. That's what the message from these two leaders was to the world. Now, the footage immediately exploded online everywhere. World leaders are usually seen in tense meeting, military summits, or formal state dinners. This is just the usual stuff, but this looks like a very personal meeting. Xi Jinping carefully shaping dumplings by hand, Putin smiling beside both leaders, joking casually while cameras rolled towards them. And they were so relaxed. And that's exactly why people are so disturbed. Because behind every staged smile in geopolitics, there is usually a very strong message. Political commentators across Europe describe this as a visual as soft power propaganda, psychological diplomacy, a public declaration of anti-West alliance. But some social media users even compared the two scenes of two chess masters calmly eating dinner while the rest world was panicking on the other hand. Now, here's where things become very explosive on a dangerous side. The meetings comes at a time when the global tensions are already boiling to the highest peak point. Now, Russia remains under heavy international sanctions. This is part one. Part two, China faces growing accusation over trade aggression and military expansion. And on the other hand, NATO alliances are strengthening and fear of the larger geopolitical divide are intensifying. Now, so when Putin and Xi Jinping appears together so relaxed, so confident, almost celebratory, many sees it as a deliberate political theater on the world stage. So one international affair experts reportedly describes this as optics as a symbol of a middle finger to the Western world. And critics are asking one question again. Was this meeting designed to normalize a new global power bloc or not? Because increasingly, Russia and China appears less like partners and more like united front challenging the Western dominance on this planet. But the moment that truly ignited debate online was the vodka toast. Now, that single scene triggered millions of reactions online. Supporters, they're calling it a symbol of trust and a brotherhood on a very strong and a positive side. Opponents call this as a chilling. Why? Because history has shown that some of the world's biggest political shifts often begin with quietly behind the smiles, meals, and even the private conversation. Not on battlefields totally on this generation, not in press conferences, but at tables like this, how they were behaving. Now, many also fear, on the other hand, the world is witnessing the formation of a new geopolitical axis in the real time in this 2026. Social media erupted instantly. This is not a friendship. This is a strategy. Now, the West should be very much worried about these two leaders because these two leaders cooking while the world economy burns on the other hand. Others mocked this event, calling it as a bizarre political reality show. But regardless of opinion, one thing is undeniable. The footage worked on a very positive side in their favor because the entire world is talking about this one footage. In the modern politics, attention itself is power alone, and these two are just nailing it totally. So, like today, one viral kitchen meeting has done what years of formal diplomacy could not do any single thing. It sent a viral message, a loud one, a message that Russia and China are projecting unity, confidence, and influence even as global tension rises on the world stage. So the dumplings may have been a symbolic, the pancakes may have been looked very harmless, but the geopolitical implications are different. They're potentially enormous because sometimes the most dangerous meetings in the world don't happen in war rooms. They happen around a kitchen table like a brotherhood. Now, this is the story shaking the geopolitics totally, and the world is watching this very, very closely. If you like this breakdown and insight, subscribe for more and more breakdown, and you can even comment below what kind of breakdowns do you like, and I'll post those. Thank you. See you in the next video.